I'm 47, single, divorced more than once. Just trying to see if I can find my person.
Am I the only person like completely struggling? Am I the only one? Because I've been single a very long time.
Being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids.
I want to be a boss. I want to be independent. I don't need a man. I can do this all on my own.
I just found out today that my ex-husband is engaged and I'm unwell.
Well, you could. We always say you can take our robots as a date to a wedding. We have this here on display for people to touch, so you can give that a feel and see how that feels. These faces are all modular, so we could actually take the faces off Melody and Aria, throw this one on top. It's all magnetized or special technology. Press a button, and then you have a different robotic character. This allows us to provide flexibility for our clients. If they change their minds and they want a different character, we can design a different face for them, and then they can add that on very easily.
Are they easy to swap? How long does it take to swap?
It takes about 10 seconds. You just peel it off and then put the other one on. It's our patented system with magnets.
How much are they?
So a robot like Melody is $150,000, and that's fully AI capable and customized. We can actually make the robot look like anything you want. You can come to us and say, we would like to give us a picture of someone, and we can make that robot customized to you, and we can customize the AI so that it knows exactly what you want it to know. So it can learn about your company, it can learn about your product,
Okay.
or it can be your girlfriend.
Are we going to be like, this is my God, this is my family member?
Let's keep it real, Kings. Women have had battery-powered boyfriends for decades and called it empowerment. Now men are on the verge of the same thing, and suddenly it's a crisis. By 2025, according to experts like Dr. Ian Pearson, sex robots will start hitting affluent households with AI that talks back, reacts to touch, and simulates emotions better than most modern women. The industry is exploding, $201 million in sales this year alone, and it's only 0.5% of the global sex toy market. Simple as that.
I used to say silly things like, where are all the good men at? Until I started taking accountability. Now I know I'm just an ain't shit ass bitch. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
China's Starberry technology is leading the charge, training their own ChatGPT-like models for sex dolls that interact vocally and physically. Prototypes are dropping as early as August 2025 with full-body sensors, natural conversations, and mood responses. They're not just dolls anymore, they're companions that remember your preferences, adjust to your touch, and never complain. Available in male or female forms, priced for the average guy soon. The game changes when a $2,000, $5,000 robot does what 90% of women refuse to.
There was a video that went viral like 2 days ago about humanoid AI robot girlfriends. I don't know if you guys saw this on Instagram and TikTok, but there are companies making robots that look like humans that are programmed by AI and they can talk to you. And it's very freakishly real. And they're selling them mostly to young men as AI girlfriends. And this has already been a thing in the market without the body.
Like robots, or like just on the
without
screen?
the robots, it's already been a thing. This has been a very lucrative business for the last several years.
That's going to be
And so
a
we've
problem,
covered
especially
this.
for men that don't know how to speak to girls.
It's further isolating them, right? It's
Yeah.
further removing them from our shared humanity, which we need to survive.
Also, it's like the compromising goes away. We're like super lucky, but we're very united on a lot of things. But normally, people would have to like, all right, well, she likes to do this, and well, so I'll do it because I love her. That will go out the window because you're like, my AI doesn't like to do that.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
likes to do exactly what I like
Well,
to
you
do.
could just reprogram her, right? Which
But you can
guys just
reprogram her too, just like a little quick button.
If you've survived a marriage and divorce, you stopped believing in shared humanity a long time ago. This robot from the game? It's fiction today, reality tomorrow. Imagine the final product. Customizable, always eager, never ages, never nags. No attitude, no entitlement, no delusions. It doesn't sound too bad. Better than modern women? Absolutely.
You thought AI art was wild? Wait till you hear about the brothels in Berlin, where men are literally lining up to sleep with robots. Yep, robots. This isn't an episode of Black Mirror. It's happening right now, and it's a terrifying glimpse into the future. In Berlin, actual establishments called brothels are opening their doors, offering men companionship with AI-powered, anatomically correct dolls. They don't speak, they don't argue, they don't have needs. They're just cold, programmable, and built to serve on demand. Let that sink in. For 80 to 120 euros an hour, you can rent a synthetic woman. Customized to your preference: blonde, brunette, petite, curvy, silicone or thermoplastic elastomer. They even let you pick the personality. This isn't just creepy, it's the ultimate fantasy of control, where women are reduced to literal objects and men are encouraged to bypass empathy, effort, and connection altogether. And let's be clear, this isn't just about sex, it's about the death of intimacy. This is about men choosing to opt out of reality, to retreat into a fantasy where women exist to be programmed, not respected. No rejection, no boundaries, no humanity. And the longer they stay in that world, the less equipped they are to exist in ours. This isn't the future. This is the collapse of manhood disguised as convenience. Berlin's cyber brothels are just the beginning. What happens when boys grow up believing that love is transactional and consent is optional, as long as you pay for it? What happens when the most intimate act becomes completely mechanical? And if you think this won't spread beyond Berlin, think again. Tech is fast and morality, that's slow. We need to talk about what happens when men stop needing women and start replacing them.
For $175K, you get one that talks. For $185K, the upgraded silent version. That's still a bargain compared to marriage, divorce, and lifetime alimony. Plus the mute function when she gets annoying. Brought to you by AI, because no real woman says anything this sweet. She'll only give you a headache when the subscription runs out and the card declines. Until then, 24/7 availability, zero excuses. You know, women have had battery-powered boyfriends for years and bragged about it. Stop crying. Now men get the same option and it's the end of the world. By 2025, AI sex bots are mainstream with 5-7% adult adoption, especially among tech-savvy guys tired of drama. These aren't toys. They learn from interactions, build patterns, and simulate emotional connection. If you can't compete with a plastic doll, you're the problem. If these robots become more real, which they will, and affordable, which they are by 2025, the game is over for women. Dr. Pearson predicts women might even overtake men in adoption because they already have the tech head start. The $37 billion sex toy market is shifting, with robots accounting for a bigger slice. Virtual reality interworks with them for full immersion. By 2030, most people will have at least one. Squeamishness will evaporate,
which the robot recognizes as a specific face for a specific behavior, meaning that if your robot girlfriend gets mad, you can simply take her face off to have a break.
I see these engineers are men of culture. French maid versions pre-order now? Looks like the old man's finally living his dream. Where are all the foot freaks? This is your chance to shine. Imagine the final product, hyper-realistic, with AR overlays for any look you want. From a video game today to your bedroom tomorrow. The possibilities are endless.
There was a video that went viral like 2 days ago about humanoid AI robot girlfriends. I don't know if you guys saw this on Instagram and TikTok, but there are companies making robots that look like humans that are programmed by AI and they can talk to you. And it's very freakishly real. And they're selling them mostly to young men as AI girlfriends. And this has already been a thing in the market without the body.
Like robots, or like just on the
without
screen?
the robots, it's already been a thing. This has been a very lucrative business for the last several years.
That's going to be
And
a
so we've
problem,
covered
especially
this.
for men that don't know how to speak to girls.
It's further isolating them, right? It's
Yeah.
further removing them from our shared humanity, which we need to survive.
Also, it's like the compromising goes away. We're like super lucky, but we're very united on a lot of things. But normally people would have to like, all right, well, she likes to do this, and well, so I'll do it because I love her. That will go out the window because you're like, my AI doesn't like to do that.
Yeah,
She likes to do exactly what I like
well,
to
you
do.
could just reprogram her, right? Which
You can
guys just
reprogram her too, just like a little quick button.
This is the world's first realistic female robot assistant.
I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, you know. I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
These will demolish entire industries, dating apps, divorce lawyers, therapy sessions, and create a trillion-dollar robot empire. Anybody know which company is closest to hyper-realistic? Starperry's prototypes are dropping soon. It's missing a heart, just like a real woman these days. Amazing.
This is one of many AI robots that will replace women in the very near future for the most important need that men have. Now, does she sound very cold and robotic and have a bitch resting face? Yes, but that means that they've already made them as good as Russian women. But technology is moving very, very fast. Not only these AI robot girlfriends will become more and more realistic and human-like, they already have a lot of features that men really miss in modern women, like the lack of attitude and entitlement. So these are already better than American women. And modern women already have very little to offer to men besides sex, that if sex is now not something that men would need the women for, boy, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, I know what a lot of modern women would say to this. Well, Alex, they can make male robots too. I don't think they can when it comes to the things that women need from men. Though they probably would be able to help these women adopt some cats and refill their antidepressant prescription. But for the main things that usually men are providing for women in relationships, I think it's going to be a while when a robot would be able to do that. But listen, the fact that we're even talking about this is a problem. And I would rather fix what's been going between men and women rather than essentially give up on human relationships altogether and succumb to the technology for the things that really we're all have been put on this earth for, whether you believe in God or Darwin or whatever. But if you do want to bypass this amazing AI advances and actually be in a country where there's still some good traditional women left that you can date and marry, well, do what I do. Ditch those modern American and Western women and come to a country in Southeast Asia or another traditional country in South America or even Africa. And if you want to even start thinking about it, go to themillionmenproject.com, where I have outlined exactly how you, and even an average American guy, can do it in just 2 to 3 months if you do it right. And hopefully one day I will see you here in Southeast Asia or wherever place you choose where we don't need the AI robots yet.
So wait, women complain about men bothering them. Then men pick robots and women complain that men don't bother them. The hypocrisy never ends. No more tears, debt, desperation, just peace. The game is over for women. Thanks for watching the Male Imperium. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.